Attention, football world. A bombshell is about to explode in the transfer market. Alejandro Garnacho, the Argentine jewel of Manchester United, could be hours away from donning the blue shirt of Chelsea. Imagine for a moment the lad who made Old Trafford go absolutely mental, who carried United through crucial moments, now could become the #1 enemy of the Red Devils. That's right, you heard correctly. Garnacho might cross Manchester and go straight to the heart of London. But before you draw your own conclusions about this complete madness, you need to know the whole truth behind this insane transfer. Why on earth do United want to get rid of one of their greatest prospects? And why are Chelsea willing to pay an absolute fortune for him? And look here. If you stay until the end of this video, I'll reveal exclusive information about a superstar who's very close to agreeing terms with Manchester United to replace Garnacho. Believe me, it's information that no one is talking about yet. Stay there and I'll tell you everything. And I guarantee that in the end, you'll understand why this could be the most controversial transfer of the season. To understand this complete madness, we need to go back a few months in time. Rúben Amorim arrived at Manchester United as the savior of the nation, right? The bloke who was going to revolutionize football at Old Trafford, who was going to bring back the glory days. But that's when things went completely pear-shaped for Garnacho. The Portuguese manager implemented the famous 3-4-3, a tactical system that simply had no space for a traditional left-winger like our favorite Argentine. Garnacho always shone on the left, dribbling, cutting inside, scoring those goals. That's where he felt at home. That's where he showed all his magic. But Amorim wanted him as an attacking midfielder in a position completely different from what the lad was used to. And look what drama happened. In the Europa League final against Tottenham, blimey, Garnacho was sent to the bench. That's right, you heard correctly. The bloke who played all the knockout matches to take United to that historic final sat there on the bench at the most important moment. The fury was immediate. Garnacho couldn't swallow that and went straight to the press to speak his mind. I played every match to help the team reach the final, and today I only got 20 minutes. Bang! The bomb was armed and ready to explode. Amorim didn't like that public statement one bit. For the Portuguese manager, that was disrespectful. It was breaking the hierarchy he was trying to establish at the club. And then, my friends, began the Cold War that culminated exactly in what we're seeing today. Garnacho being expelled from the main squad and told to find another club. What seemed like a perfect marriage between player and manager turned into a bitter divorce that could cost Manchester United very dearly indeed. Now comes the most mental part of this entire story. Chelsea, who've been splashing cash as if there's no tomorrow for years, set their sights on the lad and thought, that one's ours. And rightly so, Enzo Maresca sees in Garnacho exactly the type of player who fits like a glove in his system. But hold on, you can't just rock up and buy him, can you? United initially wanted £70 million for Garnacho. 70 million. Enough money to sort out half the world's debt. It was a mess with our boy and you'll pay dearly price tag. But here comes the epic plot twist that nobody saw coming. With all this chaos, all this internal pressure to get rid of the Garnacho problem, United dropped the price to 40 million, nearly half the original value. It's as if the club had put up a clearance sale sign at Old Trafford's door. Chelsea, clever as always, are eyeing up this golden opportunity. And it's not just because of the price, no. Maresca sees in Garnacho the perfect player for that left wing that desperately needs pace. And creativity. The Argentine has exactly the profile the Italian adores. Young, technical, quick, and hungry for success. But there's more spice to this story. Exclusive sources revealed that Garnacho has already given the green light for the transfer. The lad doesn't want to know about Manchester anymore. He's seduced by the idea of playing in London, in the Champions League, with a project that truly believes in his football. And look at this irony of fate. Whilst this was going on, United started making eyes at Nicholas Jackson and Christopher Nkunku, two players Chelsea want to sell. Just imagine the madness. Garnacho leaving through one door in Manchester whilst Jackson or Nkunku come through the other. It's the type of circular movement that only happens in modern football. But don't think it's only Chelsea in the fight. No. Aston Villa came in with full force, with Unai Emery drooling to work with the lad. Napoli also entered the dance, especially after losing Kvaratskhelia to PSG. Bayern Munich made inquiries. Everyone wants a piece of Garnacho. And the most interesting bit, the Argentine has a clear preference for the Premier League. He wants to continue in the most competitive championship in the world, proving he can shine even away from United. The question now is, which project will manage to convince him first? Now let's get to what really matters for us passionate supporters. How would Garnacho fit into Maresca's Chelsea? And what impact would this transfer have on English football and particularly our Manchester United? Maresca works with a scheme that in practice becomes a 3-2-4-1 when Chelsea have the ball. Garnacho would be perfect as a left winger in this system, with total freedom to cut inside, create plays, and finish. It's exactly the type of movement he'd do with his eyes closed at United when he had confidence. The Argentine has exactly what Chelsea desperately need. Pure pace in his runs, dribbles that leave any defender on the floor, and a finish that can decide matches in the tensest moments. At 21 years old, the lad has already shown he can shine at the highest European level. And the numbers don't lie, folks. 11 goals and 10 assists last season, even with all the turbulence you saw here. Just imagine what this boy can do in a stable environment, with world-class players like Palmer, Jackson, and company around him. But the psychological impact of this transfer would be devastating for us. One of the biggest talents to come out of Carrington going straight into the hands of a rival who's fighting for the same positions as us? That would be an earthquake that would shake Old Trafford to its foundations. On Chelsea's side, it would be the cherry on top of a project that's already invested hundreds of millions in recent years. Garnacho, alongside Palmer, with Jackson up front, Mudryk on the other side. It would be an attack to give nightmares to any Premier League manager. And there's a crucial advantage that many people forget. Garnacho knows the Premier League like nobody else. He won't need 6 months of adaptation like other South Americans. He already knows how the mad pace of English football works, already understands the media pressure, has already proved he can play on the big stages. It would be like handing over a young Messi on a silver platter to a direct rival, but with the guarantee that he'll deliver from the first match. Chelsea would be buying not just a player, but years of guaranteed entertainment. But it's not all roses in this negotiation. Here's where things get properly complicated. Chelsea have got an absolutely massive problem. They need to sell before they can buy. Nkunku and Jackson would have to pack their bags and leave to make room and money for Garnacho to arrive. And it doesn't stop there. United want €95 million because they're dealing with a direct Premier League rival. It's the famous rival tax. Much more expensive to sell to an enemy you'll face twice a season. Aston Villa are lurking like a lion, waiting for the right moment to pounce. Napoli aren't giving up easily either. It's a battle of giants for the lad, and with each passing day the pressure mounts. And there's the time factor. The transfer window is drawing to a close. Every hour that passes is maximum pressure for all parties involved. Garnacho is at a crossroads. Accept the first decent offer that comes along or gamble on Chelsea and risk being left without a club. So then, everyone, will we see Garnacho in blue next season? Will Chelsea manage to pull off this blockbuster signing that could change the course of the Premier League? And now, as promised, the exclusive information you've been waiting for. Sources close to Manchester United have revealed that the club is in secret and very advanced negotiations with two stars who could revolutionize Amorim's squad. I'm talking about Benjamin Šeško, the Slovenian giant who's an absolute goal machine, and none other than Gianluigi Donnarumma, one of the world's best goalkeepers. Two signings that would cost over $100 million and show that United won't sit idle watching Chelsea pinch their talents. Want to know all the details of these explosive negotiations? Click on the video appearing on your screen now. There, I'll tell you everything about how Šeško could be the solution for United's attack and why Donnarumma might have his bags packed ready to leave Paris. And what do you reckon? Would Garnacho at Chelsea be worth it with these arrivals? Leave your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any transfer market bombshells.